Hey, what's up guys? It's great to see you back from another video today, so let's get started. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the severe weather potential for today because we have another major flooding which is expected today again. And it's stretching for some parts of New York, stretching mostly to New England, with a lot of parts now in New England under this moderate risk of flooding. Alright, over here, meaning we'll see at least a 40% chance of flooding again, meaning catastrophic flooding is going to be expected. It could happen tomorrow as well, so make sure you're staying weather aware. We could get multiple moderate risks of flooding across some parts of New York and mostly for New England, and starting to stretch more to northeast of US as it keeps stretching for the next few days. So make sure you're staying weather tuned on that, because a major flooding is expected. For a lot of flash flood emergencies are currently expected to happen. All right, because yesterday I heard there was like a lot of catastrophic flooding which happened across it happened across like New England and with some parts of New York, where there were so many flash flood emergencies, some issued with so many wireless emergency alert beeps which I heard were going off on people's phones. So for today, there could be a big serious potential for that again. So make sure you also put your trampolines and your stuff and your items are all inside, all right? Because a major flooding is going to keep getting as severe and severely worse for the next few days, and that is the potential for it to happen for the next few days only. All right, I'll make sure to upload another video if we get a new update. All right, so make sure to stay safe for today. We still have that slight risk of flooding across over here, along with the marginal risk of flooding. And yesterday there was a slight risk of flooding across Arizona, but it has decreased into a marginal risk of flooding. But stay safe today, especially in the moderate risk of flooding. And plus, we have a marginal risk of flooding with a lot of parts, including Pensacola Beach, and maybe less for Miami, but it's an extremely low marginal risk of flooding, so not much going on. Stay safe, especially in the moderate risk of flooding, though. So as we go into tomorrow, guess what? It decreases. We have a big slight risk of flooding, which is over here across with East Kansas and East Nebraska also, and including with southeastern South Dakota is also under that slight risk of flooding, with at least a 15% chance of flooding. So make sure you're staying weather tuned on that. All right, tomorrow it's a big day. We could see some widespread flooding, but it's only a slight chance though. It's not very catastrophic. It's only a slight chance. But as we go into tomorrow, it starts to go east. The slight risk of flooding goes along with extending east with the marginal risk of flooding stretching to the Great Lakes, and a little bit, but very less slight. There's a slight risk of flooding for the Great Lakes, but as we keep going to the next few days, it could go near the Great Lakes. So stay safe, especially near like the Great Lakes and in the big area of the marginal risk of flooding, and especially in the slight risk of flooding as well, because there's Illinois is also under that potential for tomorrow's day 3 slight risk of flooding. I mean, just day 3 slight risk of flooding. All right, so make sure you're staying tuned, even for North Illinois, South Illinois, Southwestern, West Illinois, and East Illinois. All right, as we go into tomorrow, it starts to stretch very south a little bit and more east, and starting to stretch towards, we can see it's starting to make it stretch towards like Washington D.C., New York, and a little bit for very less for New England, and including with the marginal risk of flooding as well. But guess what, tomorrow it all decreases, but there still could be a potential for moderate risk in catastrophic flooding, which we had one yesterday and which is expected today again. So please still stay that for that severe weather potential, but it fully decreases on day 5. Not much flooding. It's just maybe some rain could happen, all right? But make sure to stay safe, especially today in the moderate risk of flooding. That's our severe weather potential for more catastrophic flooding, all right? And that's our primary outlook in severe weather threat category for today again, all right? So make sure to stay safe then. Bye. And make sure your items are all safe, and your trampolines and your cars and plants. Bye then.